I'm in the kitchen today here at Paula's Best Dishes with my favorite brother. Did I fail to mention he's my only brother? Today, Bubba and I are gonna cook up some of his restaurant favorites. Starting with his crab stuffed flounder that's topped with crab butter. Ooh, Bubba, you done good. And a yummy, cheesy squash stuffed casserole. It's delicious, y'all. Plus, he's gonna share with me our Aunt Trina's recipe for shrimp boulettes. I tell you what, if our Aunt Trina's cooked it, it's some good stuff. And I'll finish the meal off with my version of a frozen banana split. Pretty. Bubba his life is run by our seafood restaurant, Uncle Bubba's Oyster House. It runs you ragged every day of the world, doesn't it?
Ooh, yeah, but it's so much fun.
Oh, and listen, y'all, we got some of the best food out there.
And this is one of our best-selling dishes that we're gonna prepare today.
Yes. Now, we're gonna make Uncle Bubba's crab stuffed flounder that's topped with crab butter.
Correct.
Bubba is dicing up a small bell pepper, 3 green onions, a clove of garlic, and about a teaspoon of fresh parsley. And we're gonna saute those off in a little bit of butter.
This is one of the fish that is in our area.
Yes, flounder.
It's a flounder. It's very good, very good.
And it stuffs real well.
Yes, it does. And another thing I like about it, it doesn't have a real fishy flavor.
No, it's a
Very
real
white,
mild white fish.
White fish.
All right, so Bubba, we got about 1.5 tablespoons of butter melting here.
Okay.
If you just throw the peppers and the onions, I'm gonna get our crab mixture together. And in this bowl, I'm gonna mix 1 egg, 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper.
Okay.
About 1/8 teaspoon of garlic powder, 3 tablespoons of heavy cream.
This has got some of our favorite food in it, don't it?
It sure does.
Heavy cream,
Mayonnaise, crabs.
mustard.
And I'm gonna use about 1.5 tablespoons of mustard, a little bit of lemon juice, a couple of tablespoons of mayonnaise. It kind of acts as a wonderful binder for these crab cakes.
And the eggs help too, don't they?
The eggs help. So I'm just getting all these wet ingredients mixed together. Alrighty, Bubba, you got our garlic in, I see. And you're done chopping up our parsley. So I'm gonna toss that in.
Okay.
And we've got a few saltine crackers. Now, I don't like much filling in my crab cakes. So I'm gonna use very little. And this is gonna be that.
You want to taste the crab meat and see. I like to see it.
I like to see it and taste it, Bubba.
Absolutely.
And we're not gonna overcook this. We don't want them all mushy. So I'm gonna just toss that in. Our vegetables that we sauteed off. Mix this up. If you would, Bubba, just throw that in the sink, please.
All right.
And then we're gonna put in the last ingredient is our crab meat. And we're gonna use 1/2 pound of claw and 1/2 pound of lump.
Right.
You know, the lump is the creme de creme of the crab. I'm gonna just drain the liquid off of our crab
Okay.
because we don't want this like watery.
All right.
Personally, I think the flavor is delicious.
In the claw meat.
In the claw meat,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Pour that in.
You want the whole bag?
Just pour it right in. We use just enough of them to bind it together, not a lot of bread. All right, now, Bubba, I'm just gonna put just a little bit of salt and pepper.
To taste.
Yeah, it's not gonna take a bunch. That's all it is to it, y'all. So I'm gonna get our flounder fillets out.
Okay.
All right, so you wanna show everybody how we get our fish ready to stuff before you get started. Let me just season these up
Okay.
a little bit with a little salt and pepper.
Wonderful.
You know, fish
wonderful.
is one of those things that you got to season it.
These are nice 8 to 10 ounce fillets.
Yes, this is a small flounder. All right, Bubba, show everybody how we make the little pocket.
You can see there's a little rib right here. And I take my finger and just run it down through here and kind of get it open a little bit. And then I just gently take a good sharp knife and start filleting it back so you don't get the skin in it. And that's far enough. And then since I'm right-handed, I flip it around.
Yeah.
And start from the tail end. And see, there's our pocket.
That looks great.
Okay.
You can
want
give
that
me
one?
this one.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead now. I just sprayed our pan, Bubba.
Okay.
So that our flounder
Right.
won't stick. And I'm just gonna come over here, fold him back. And put some crab meat right in there.
Right. Look at that.
Now, a lot of people, they'll just take an ice cream scoop. I like to run my crab meat down as far as I can in that piece of fish so that just about every bite of fish I have is gonna have some crab meat. Ooh, Bubba, you done good, son.
I've had plenty of practice.
I bet you have. All right, and see, just fold that meat back up on that fish and then kind of pile it up.
Oh, yeah, now you're talking.
All right, so Bubba, we're just gonna take a little paprika.
Oh, yes.
And this paprika, y'all, is gonna aid this piece of fish in browning up real pretty. All right, now we're gonna put this in the oven, Bubba.
Right, 350 degrees for 20 minutes. And then at the end of 20 minutes, we're not gonna remove it from the oven. We're just gonna flip it to broil for about 5 minutes.
Coming up, Bubba's gonna make us his cheesy squash casserole. Look at those beautiful little squashes. And our Aunt Trina's shrimp boulettes. I cannot wait to try this. And later, it's my turn with the easy and delicious banana split dessert. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. Okay, so Bubba.
Yes.
You know, we all have our version of squash casserole.
I knew you was gonna say something about mine.
So we
Go ahead and tell everybody about mine.
No, I just like mine better. Today we're making Bubba's recipe for cheesy squash casserole. Everybody loves this casserole.
Everybody wants to
And you
know.
know what? I was just reading over your ingredients, and it's not much different from what I do.
Well, what do you do different?
Well, I don't rightly know.
Well, there's nothing to this recipe, as we're about to show everyone.
I know. We just thinly sliced 6 medium summer squash and 1 large Vidalia onion. And to saute them, you know, all we're gonna need is a little oil, a little vegetable oil. Just a little bit to wet it up.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead down there and get that cheese grated?
Okay.
And
So we need about a cup.
Now, y'all, while this squash is cooking, because I don't want to drown it, I'm gonna keep it turning until some of that water comes out of it. I think I'm gonna go ahead now. I've stood it as long as I could.
Oh.
I'm gonna just drop a little bit of butter. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And I'm gonna season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. You know what we need to do, Bubba?
What's that?
We need to get our crab butter made.
Okay.
Because that is our surprise topping.
Crab
go
butter
on those fish.
on top of the crab stuffed flounder.
And we serve a steak at Uncle Bubba's, and sometimes we'll serve that steak with a slab of crab butter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It's delicious. I've got 2 sticks of soft butter, and I'm gonna chop up 1 scallion. I'm gonna drop that in our bowl. Now I've got some seafood base here that I'm gonna add to it to give it some flavor.
Okay, it's gonna give it a lot of flavor, y'all. This is a wet base that Bubba is using.
Right.
You can find this in the soup department at your grocery stores. This is a very, very strong, rich,
It is.
concentrated stock.
Well, I've got my seafood base and my onions and my butter here. I'm gonna add 2 ounces of crab claw meat, but before I do that, I'm gonna fold this together.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, see, that's room temp.
That butter's real soft.
Yes, so easy to work with. And we'll add the crab meat last so we don't just beat the crab meat all together. Okay, now I'm gonna add the crab meat.
So this is gonna be wonderful, y'all. All right, now I'm gonna get you out a piece of parchment paper.
Okay.
To wrap that up in. And that is ready to go.
That's it, that's all there is to it.
So now Bubba is gonna put the mixture into the parchment paper, form it into a log, roll it up, and then place it in the freezer. Now I've got your squash ready.
Okay.
And you want me to go ahead and pour it in the bowl?
Yeah.
Okie doke. There you go. Look at those beautiful little squashes.
Oh, yes.
Delicious.
All right, I've got us some sharp cheddar cheese, about a cup. All right, now we're gonna add a half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Okay, Paula, I'm gonna get our butter crackers ready now. I'm gonna put them in a plastic bag and just crush them up, and we'll add it to the top of our casserole dish before we put it in the oven. Don't forget the sour cream.
Okie doke.
It is
How much?
half a cup.
Okie doke. Well, I'll just do like you.
Okay.
Just eyeball that. Bubba, this is very much like my squash casserole.
You ready for the dish?
Yes, I am.
All right, we're gonna put this in a 2-quart prepared casserole dish, okay?
Okay. All these ingredients are wonderful and fresh. You know, I think what was throwing me off, Bubba, I know what you do different now.
What is that?
You use the Parmesan cheese.
I love Parmesan
And I'm
cheese.
not used to that Parmesan cheese fight
Okay.
being in there. That's exactly what it was. And in that goes. All right.
Now I'm gonna evenly spread out the crumbs.
Okay.
And we're gonna bake this dish on about 350 degrees for 20 minutes, or until the top is golden brown and bubbly.
Sounds great.
So, nothing to it.
Put that down there in that little oven.
All right.
Because our fish is in the other, Bubba, and we're in business.
All right, here we go.
Coming up, Bubba's gonna share a family recipe for shrimp boulettes. Bubba, I love these. And later, I'm gonna treat y'all to my version of a frozen banana split. Doesn't that look delicious?
Oh, I can't wait to try this.
I hope y'all are enjoying the show. And I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all.
The next recipe we're gonna do together is one of our Aunt Trina's favorite shrimp boulette.
Oh, gosh, Bubba.
She donated it to me from our cookbook.
Well, I tell you what, if our Aunt Trina's cooked it, you can tote that money to the bank. It's some good stuff. My Aunt Peggy has said for years that out of the 3 girls, that you, Aunt Trina, was probably the best of all the cooks. After reading your recipe in your cookbook, Bubba, it sounds a little to me like, almost like a conch fritter.
Yeah, it does. To me, too.
Or a hush puppy. All right, now I've got 1 Idaho potato.
Okay.
And your recipe says to cut it in chunks. And you've chopped 1 medium onion and put that in the food processor. Okay, Bubba, what's next?
First, I'm gonna get the potato and the onion chopped up.
And I'll finish chopping 3 of these green onions.
That looks pretty good.
So is it not supposed to be pureed, Bubba?
Well, I like for it to have some chunks to it.
Okay.
So you can see it and still taste it, you know, in the brulettes.
All right.
Would you hand me those shrimp?
Ooh, those onions are strong I'm doing up.
We got a pound of peeled, deveined, and detailed shrimp.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna check that.
And then about 1/3 of a bunch of parsley.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that looks good.
And 1/4 of a cup of bell pepper.
Paula, I do love getting in the kitchen with you.
I love getting in the kitchen with you too, Bubba.
We don't have an opportunity to do it but a few times a year now because we're all going in so many different directions.
We're busy trying to feed everybody else, aren't we? There's the bell pepper and an egg.
And we need 3 tablespoons of this all-purpose flour.
Okay. We've melted a solid shortening, y'all, here in our skillet. And I've had that on low, Bubba, so we're gonna cut that up so our pan can be getting ready.
All right.
Great.
We'll just fold in our shrimp mixture.
Now that the shortening is hot, let's drop some of this batter in the pan. I love the way this looks.
And we'll cook these about 2 or 3 minutes on each side.
Our fish should be done.
Okay.
This is so interesting. I cannot wait to try this.
There's our fish.
Oh, Bubba.
Look at those.
That looks so good. Get our crab butter.
All right.
All right, now how about our squash casserole? It looks so good.
Yes.
I'm starving. These are getting nice and brown now, Bubba.
Oh, yes, they are beautiful.
They are beautiful.
You see the bell peppers and the spring onions in there?
Yes, you can see those little specks of green all in there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Bubba, these look done. I think I'm just gonna drain them off a little and then I'll put them on our plate. Well, Bubba, this looks delicious. Yeah, you know what? It's just the restaurant girl in me. Just let me put a little parsley on it.
We gotta have some parsley. You got your fork?
It just makes it complete. I do have my fork. And the first thing I'm gonna dig into, Bubba, is the boulet.
Me too. It's warm.
Oh,
that's good.
Bubba. And I wanna taste your squash casserole. It's delicious, Bubba. All right, I wanna dig into this fish with that crab butter.
Look at that crab.
Oh, Bubba. Coming up next, it's a twist on all-time favorite frozen banana splits. Ooh, that's pretty. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. Bubba, you are gonna love this recipe.
Paula.
It's simple. It's a banana split frozen dessert.
Oh, I can't wait.
We're gonna start with frozen ice cream sandwiches, the ones that you and I loved as children. You're slicing on 6 bananas. I've covered this 13 by 9-inch baking pan with aluminum foil, and now I'm gonna completely cover the bottom with the ice cream sandwiches. I'm probably gonna have to cut like 1 so that it'll fit.
Okay. And what you gonna do with that half left over?
I'm gonna pass it to my favorite brother.
You are?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, I are. All right. Now I'm gonna layer our bananas. Ooh, those bananas smell so
Don't
good.
they? Don't they smell good?
All right, we've taken 6 bananas.
And we got some maraschino cherries over here. I'm gonna drain them for you.
Okie doke. All right, now, Bubba, I'm gonna take a hot chocolate fudge sauce and we'll pour that right on top. Now we talking. All right, Bubba. So give me your cherries.
Okay.
And I'll sprinkle the toffee bits. And now we're gonna come in here, Bubba, with our butterscotch. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
I know. All right. Now we got another sandwich that's got to go up here.
Another layer of
Yes.
sandwiches?
Yes.
Oh.
This is a wonderful dessert, Bubba, if you're feeding a crowd. It's one of those
Look
desserts.
how easy it is.
I know. Now, I'm gonna take a non-dairy whip, or you can use a fresh whipping cream. Now we're just gonna frost this with our topping.
Okay.
Look at this. Now we're gonna just sprinkle it with some more toffee.
Oh my goodness.
Put that in the freezer, Bubba.
I'll be glad to.
We're gonna let that refreeze, let those ice cream sandwiches get real hard. Doesn't that look delicious?
Oh, I can't wait to try this.
Well, you ain't got long to wait now.
Oh, this looks delicious.
I know it, Bubba. A spoon for
Okay.
you, a spoon for me. What do you think? Is it good? Oh, I have had a good time, Bubba.
Me too.
Hey, y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if y'all enjoyed this week's full episode Friday, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, friends.